got to ask you about Messi. A couple of years ago, Miami gets slapped on the wrist by the league for breaking roster rules. A couple of years later,
Cap rules.
But they still got sanctioned. A couple of years later, the league is working with Miami to help bring Messi in. You follow the rules. You've done the right thing the entire time. Is that fair?
I mean, I haven't examined their roster, but they have a designated player slot open, right?
Sure.
So they can pay him $1 billion. It doesn't matter.
But for the league to be so instrumental in working with Miami on this deal, do you think that's fair after they went after them pretty hard a couple of years ago?
I think bringing Lionel Messi into our league is fabulous. And whatever they can do, if they had 3 DPs already and they brought him in, I could live with it. I mean, really, I think it's good for our league. Our league has grown considerably. And, you know, I had Beckham. I came in L.A. after Beckham had a tough year and a half, I think. I can't remember the exact day. I think David came in 2006, 7. And he came in mid-year, maybe? It was a mid-year, and it was a mess. These things aren't easy. And then I came in L.A., I think in July or August of 2008. And we just hung in there for the remainder of the year. I coached probably 7-10 games, whatever. And then we brought in 19 new players the following year and made it to the MLS Cup final. And then we got obviously a little bit better and all of that. But it's challenging. It's not going to be easy for Miami. But Miami has a better roster now than I had in L.A. coming in 2008. So they're going to be fine. And Messi's going to win games. If Messi was on the field tonight, you know, it would have been a real challenge for us. So it's good for the team. It's good for Inter Miami. It's great for the league. I'm hopeful that we don't have to play him anymore, so it's good for us, except for the playoffs. I'm hopeful that he has a great impact on the field. He's going to have a great impact off the field. We know that. So I think it's great.
Should we do away with these roster rules? Should there be no more 3?
They're not violating any roster rules.
I mean, when you took over with L.A. and when Beckham came, it brought along the designated players, Tam, Gam.
It didn't bring along, it was already there.
Expanded, new roster rules. Do you think we'll see new roster rules come into play here?
They didn't do anything different.
When you signed Omar $2, that's where we got Tam from.
No, but all I'm saying, Miami's not doing anything that any other team could have done. Messi could have come here if we had an open DP slot. You know, there's no rules that are being violated.
In your opinion, do you think that should have some changes in the rules?
That's an ownership thing, you know. Owners are the spend in this league is much greater than it's ever been. You know, when I started in 1996, God, I hope no one's putting a pencil to the paper on that one. I think our salary cap was $1.1 million, but we had a bunch of phony baloney type of players that came in. I can't remember what they called them. Each team got 4 players to start the league, and of which Marco Echeverri was one for us. So that's when it was really sketchy, and it was up to the league and whoever decided that they planted these players in all the different teams. And now, you know, we've obviously advanced, and you know, you can spend, you know, I think it's up to $8-9 million now with the TAM and then the designated players. So, you know, there are teams in the league, you know that, you see that. They're spending $25 million on their roster, between 25 and 30, the top teams. And now Miami, my guess is you're adding a lot more money. Could be 50, 60, 70 million dollars more. That's their business. I don't know what it is, but the rules are being followed. The league isn't doing any special for Miami. What's special is that Beckham was able to attract Messi to his club, and they've worked on him for a couple of years, and I think, although he turns 36 this month, he's gonna have a tremendous impact for that team, that city, and the league, and that has to be good. Why isn't it good? You know.
I mean, you guys talking about Messi. Is any playing? He's gonna play in the turf, or is any?
He's gonna what?
He's gonna play in the turf. There's a lot of speculating. He's gonna play only on grass or something like that.
Well, he doesn't have to play here. I know that.
You guys planning to change something just to have Messi and back in the tickets or something like that? Or?
Well, first of all, there aren't that many teams that have turf, so we know he's not playing here. In our conference, the only teams that have turf are Charlotte and Atlanta, right? Is that, if you do, so yeah, he might have to play a game somewhere, and he goes to Atlanta and plays. They're going to have 80,000 people at the game. Is that bad for the league? Yeah.
I like that.
So I mean, this is that story is a good story. Messi's a good story. It's not, yeah. Why would you think otherwise? Yeah.
In the United States.
You think I can make a trade for him?
Anyone can see you.
So that's good.